Did we miss anything major?
Meh, kinda. What the fuck is going on? My name is Evan McCabe, aka Commodore Amiga, and today I'm going to be going over IGN's Easter eggs and slightly adding to what they may or may have not missed. These are the slight things that I've gone to see as a Ghost in the Shell fan, and also, yeah.
Favorite animal in the movie is a stray Basset Hound who is just as cute in live action as it is in Ghost in the Shell Innocence. And finally...
Actually, the Basset Hound is more important than you would realize, because it's actually, if you will, a multiple cameo by the original director of the original animated films. I'm gonna butcher his name, Mamio Oshii. This is him there, and he's often said in the past that the Basset dog that Boto often is seen with is basically him. And not only has he was the dog mentioned in a snapshot in the original picture. Let me see if I can get a snapshot of it. So hopefully on your screen there should be the original picture that was used in the original animated Ghost in the Shell, but also the on the cover of Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence, not to be confused with Ghost in the Shell 2.0, which is a controversial, so to speak, pretty much reimagining of the original 1995 film. Neither of these films that I've seen, so I'm not sure how relevant the dog is in that thing. But whenever the original director appears in films, it's basically him as the Basset dog. He's appeared in Ghost in the Shell, Ghost in the Shell 2, and another film that the original director did, which was called Avion. And also I believe in a short film that he's done as well. So if I remember, I'll try post links to the original, to the short film that he'd done, and also the appearances that the original director is in. I'm not going to say his name anymore because I'll butcher it, but yeah.
In the first Ghost in the Shell animated film, Section 6 and Project 2501 are responsible for the creation of the Puppet Master. Created for the live-action film, Project 2571 is what connects Kuze to the Honka Corporation, just like Project 2501 connects the Puppet Master to Section 6. Kuze and the Puppet Master are combined for the movie. Hideo Kuze is the antagonist from Ghost in the Shell's standalone complex Second Gig, and the Puppet Master is the antagonist from the 1995 film.
Once in a while, characters' names actually mean something a bit more deeper. So as we see, I did a quick little search, and I see that this may or may not be true, but the meaning of the word Kuze is divine, God, goodness, truth, unconditional love, gift, free will, etc., etc., etc. Now, how many of those attributes actually are linked to the character of Kuze? So instantly I see God, and I think the puppet master, in the sense of controlling people's destinies and stuff like that. Goodness, there is an element towards the end where he is trying to ultimately save his friend from the destruction of the Hansa Corporation. Truth, obviously, the big reveal of the film. Shut up, internet. Shut. Oh my God. Okay, let's press mute for a moment. So yeah, the truth of what is actually happening. He tells her the truth, but he also gives her the free will to do what she wants to do. And I think of the moment where he actually lets her go, and he says to her, "Go ahead, kill me, do what you were designed to do," in which she does. That's her own free will that gave her that decision to do that. Endless, slightly, this is just a theory of mine, but endless in the sense of that he talks, during his death scene, he talks about living forever in the Major's ghost. Endless. Just a theory, that one.
It's no secret the Major loves to swim. You see it at various moments in the series, and the movie makes sure to include even those little details.
Also, I found that shot for shot, the beginning of the creation of Major is almost identical to the swimming scene. So sorry, I got indigestion. So basically, that's it's almost like she feels like she's re giving birth to herself. So maybe that's a reason why the major likes it down there, just remembering what it was like to be born again, because she was unable to um, remember her own past as it is.
Nothing captures the spirit of Ghost in the Shell like its ending action sequence with the Major up against the spider tank. Director Rupert Sanders does his due diligence to introduce the spider tank in spectacular fashion.
I've literally just spent the past 5-10 minutes trying to find the exact link that I was gonna find, but I couldn't find it. There's but what I will try and do, if I remember, is I will post a bunch of links to some really interesting video essays, and yes, there are a lot of video essays about the Ghost in the Shell franchise. Well, the first film. There probably is about the franchise, but let's just focus on the first film for now. That talks about the importance of the tree shot that we see in the original film, and the tree is meant to just quickly. It's meant to represent the tree of life, and there's a huge discussion about the themes and the dilemmas that the lead character has, and why that shot is so important. And what I want to say is, as a quick Easter egg, if you there's a shot where it's like a far wide shot, where there's the spider tank and the Major in the shot, and slap bang in the middle of the house that Kuza and the Major used to hang out as outcasts, is this massive fuck off tree. Now, I'd like to have a quiet guess and say that location is important when you're filming these kind of things, and I actually think that's I don't think that tree's there by mistake, if you get what I mean. So it's more of a wink and a nudge to the Tree of Life and being shot up scene. Also, I imagine the dinosaur shooting up thing is quite important as well. But I mean, the franchise is so huge in its ideas and theories. I could literally be here all day talking about it, so I'm not gonna. And I think it's going to be one of those things where, in order to get all of the... Oh shit, I forgot one. This one might be a bit more dodgy, but towards the end of the film, there's a far wide helicopter shot where you see the whole of the city, and in the top left hand side there is a dog with a suit on. It seemed to be reading the news. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this well, enough said, really, isn't it? Doge. As soon as I saw the shot, I instantly said Doge. The first time I saw it, but I didn't realise what kind of Doge it was, in the sense of that it is the original breed of Doge, but he's also got the suit on. So this is more of a wink and a nudge to the to these weird kind of Japanese virals, mentioning the aforementioned Doge. You off? Alright, and fuck off then, you can. You forgot them, but I've probably forgotten a lot more Easter eggs, because there's a shitload of... Yes, there is. Okay, so in the scene where the ghost, the puppet master is talking to these men, you will notice one of another internet famous memes is this. Bam! And just the ability of accessing a shitload and doing a shitload of stuff in multiple periods of time. In the scene before, the French doctor gets shot up in a similar scene to the original famous garbage truck scene. We see a quick shot of similar fingers being used in the car with the French lady next to it. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly mention that. think that is it. My name is Evan McCabe, aka Commodore Amiga, and on this channel I do videos about mental conditions, sexual positivity, and nerd culture. If that's your kind of thing, if that's the kind of thing that would super interest you, click on my lovely face to subscribe. And remember to follow me on Twitter, because as well as talking about the aforementioned things, mostly autism and depression, I also talk about sports, particularly my beloved Arsenal, and that's gonna get some fucking abuse in the comments. I can see that coming. And also I talk about professional wrestling, mostly WWE and NXT. So feel free to add me on Twitter, the Twitter machine. That is the Foxwot, TheFoxWOT, or follow me on YouTube. And as always, live long and prosper, but most importantly, smoke crack.